Good evening once again, everyone. Hell's Unicorn here, and I come tonight bearing some rather swell tidings. And that is that the long-held Massachusetts Senate seat of one Ted Kennedy has now been taken over by a Republican. Now, I'm supposing some of you are wondering, why would I have a smile on my face over this? I mean, I've spent the better part of 3 years trashing Republicans and basically ranting on and on about how much I hate neoconservatives. Well, that much is true and nothing's really changed there. But there is a deeper discontent within me that's basically been sort of coming to the top for as long as I've been old enough to vote. And that discontent is the discontent of seeing that now dearly departed, lying, tubby piece of garbage, Ted Kennedy, on C-SPAN 2. I have here a nice little Gothic chalice. I'd like to refer to this as the chalice of death. And this chalice symbolizes the death that the Democratic Party is going to experience in the coming 2010 election. What will follow after this comes to a head, and it will come to a head regardless to how hardly these Democrats try to deny it, Obama will be left with two choices. He can take the proper path, which was the path that Bill Clinton took, and be a triangulator and get some good things accomplished. We can roll back government a little more. I'm always in favor of that. And I'd also like to see him make good on rolling back some of these violations of our constitutional rights, particularly the First Amendment, Fourth Amendment, Fifth Amendment, Ninth Amendment, 10th Amendment, and I'd also like him to lay off the Second Amendment too, if he can help it. But I don't think he's going to do that. And I think he's going to show us the path that he's going to take after the 2010 election in the coming days with this health care bill. They are dead set determined to get this horrible thousands and thousands of pages worth of legislation passed. You know, it's health care or bust for them. They've become a single issue party and they've chosen the wrong issue. And I'm fine with it. The main thing that I hope to gain from what's about to happen is gridlock. That's what I want, because that's the best that I think can come out of the two-party system right now. I don't think the Republicans are really committed to good constitutional government, and I definitely don't think they're anywhere near what they would need to be in order to improve the Constitution necessarily enough to make it how I'd like it to be personally, rolling back some of these needless amendments that have been added over the past 150 years. However, what I think is actually going to happen is we're going to have the path of Jimmy Carter, only Jimmy Carter, bless his soul, even though he's still alive, he didn't have to deal with a Republican majority, but I think we're going to see a guy dig in his heels, continue the same policy. We're going to see a one-term president, and I think it's going to set back the Democratic Party significantly. But is this a cause for me to rejoice? Not necessarily, because it doesn't mean that I'm going to get what I want out of this. But there is, nonetheless, a little bit of satisfaction. And that satisfaction is knowing that the Kennedy dynasty is over. Thanks be to God for that one. With luck, maybe in time we'll get rid of Biden and Pelosi and the rest of the disgusting Jesuit-trained vermin out of our government. But until then, we'll have to be content with a few small victories. Oh well. With prudence to myself and benevolence to all of you, good evening.